Surprisingly, life isn't about the pursuit of constant happiness. It's not a never-ending quest for a trouble-free existence, but rather a journey filled with challenges and moral choices that define our character. In a world that often emphasizes the importance of happiness as the ultimate goal, there's a deeper truth that transcends mere contentment. It's about embracing responsibility, overcoming obstacles, and making ethical decisions that shape the course of our lives. There is a prevailing belief that the purpose of life is happiness. However, this notion is challenged by the reality of the human experience. Life, as portrayed in biblical stories and our own lived experiences, is more akin to a series of crucial ethical decisions. These decisions, often agonizing and complex, make us wrestle with what the next proper course of action should be. I have learned that the pursuit of happiness, while valid, may not be the most fulfilling or mature way of approaching life. Happiness is transient, vulnerable to the inevitable tragedies and sufferings that befall us. Life, instead, is presented as a moral landscape where individuals grapple with their choices, taking responsibility for themselves and others. How we experience life is deeply connected to the willingness to adopt responsibility. It's not about avoiding difficulties or seeking constant happiness, but rather about facing the tragedies and challenges head-on. Life becomes meaningful when we aim high, confront our moral dilemmas, and establish a covenant with the ultimate ideal. When faced with the idea of having children, for instance, it becomes evident that the pursuit of happiness is not the sole purpose. Parenthood brings about responsibilities and challenges, but it also brings nobility to the enterprise. The willingness to care for another life, to be responsible, becomes a source of growth and purpose. Why, then, is the notion of life for happiness inadequate? The fundamental reality of life is tragedy and suffering, and it is in our ability to contend with these hardships that we find meaning. The narrative shifts from the pursuit of happiness to the willingness to make ethical decisions and navigate through the moral landscape of life. When contemplating the future, it appears as a realm of possibility rather than determinism. We are constantly making choices that influence the course of our lives and the world around us. This involves negotiating between good, poor, and even evil choices, illustrating that life is a series of ethical decisions. Never give up on the idea that life's utility is eradicated by suffering. Instead, consider that suffering is an inherent part of the human experience, and it is through our moral choices and responsibilities that we find purpose. Life is not justified by happiness alone but by the continuous effort to make ethical decisions and confront the challenges that come our way. In case you find yourself dissatisfied with your current state, it's essential to recognize that life is not meant to be a constant pursuit of happiness. Instead, it is an ongoing journey of growth, responsibility, and the willingness to face challenges. The anti-human ethos that suggests human beings are a detriment to the planet overlooks the remarkable ability of individuals to act nobly, even under dire circumstances. Mediocre working lives can be transformed into extraordinary journeys when viewed through the lens of responsibility and ethical decision-making. Have you ever thought about the profound impact you can have on your own life and the lives of others by embracing responsibility? It's not about avoiding difficulties but about confronting them and emerging stronger on the other side. Wake up to the reality that life's purpose extends beyond personal happiness. It's about making a positive impact, taking responsibility, and navigating the moral landscape with integrity. Remember that every ethical decision you make contributes to the overall course of your life and the world. In conclusion, life is not a mere pursuit of happiness, it's a journey of responsibility, growth, and ethical decision-making. Embrace challenges, confront moral dilemmas, and find purpose in the nobility of your endeavors. Leave a comment describing what you want in life now, and let the journey towards a more fulfilling and successful existence begin.
Before you go, help us by smashing that YouTube like button. And subscribe to this channel, so you won't miss any of our videos. This shows YouTube algorithm that you value our information. And it helps us spread the message. Sharing is caring.